So what do you do when somebody you love uh, knows that they're gonna die? In this case, I'm talking that my uncle was recently diagnosed with cancer, and there's something eerie about talking to somebody who knows that they're gonna die. Oh, by the way, this is Alice. She's my bearded dragon. She's gonna be chilling with me through the duration of this video. So when I found out, my mom had told me. She had said, "Hey, your uncle has cancer. He has this rare blood disease. It's not hereditary or anything, but he has it." And I thought, I was never really close to him. This doesn't really affect me on an emotional level or any type of level. It just sucks. That's life. And it's just how it goes. Sometimes you get dealt a bad hand. Until I talked to him. I called him up. And there's something very eerie about talking to somebody and when they say, "I'm hoping for 10 years." And that's a long shot. That's best case scenario. That's if everything goes right. That's if he has a little bit of luck or if God's watching out for him a little bit longer, then he's going to have 10 years. Now, at my age, I'll be in my 30s, early 30s, when my uncle dies. Yeah. I don't think anybody should have to lose anybody in their family. It doesn't matter if you're not close to them or you didn't have the best relationship with them. Having somebody that's blood to you talk to you, and I talked to him before, and we kind of didn't really talk a lot. It was always about football. It was always about something, and he kind of had this kind of depressing, monotone kind of tone to him. It's because he's a paralegal. He works hard. He works long hours, and now he had a little bit of rejoice almost in his voice. It was a very eerie calmness to him. I didn't know how to take that. For him, he knows that he's gonna die, and I don't know how I would react to that. But he also had an issue where his wife had a drinking problem, so she was in rehab. So he was not only dealing with cancer, but dealing with an alcoholic who's his wife, and his marriage was kind of on the line. And I just recently learned this line that kind of made a lot of sense. I was watching a video. I believe his name is Father Mike Schmitz, I think. He's on Ascension Presents, anyway. And he's Catholic, and I'm not Catholic, I'm a Baptist. So I thought, oh boy, here we go. Here it comes. But what he's saying was pretty true, and he said this one line that he got from a book, and he said, "Life is difficult. Life's not supposed to be easy. It's full of hardship, it's full of twists and turns, and things that you're not going to be prepared for." And I believe it more now, because I didn't think my uncle was going to get cancer. He was a good guy, pretty, I mean, moderately healthy. That's just how it is. And then next thing you know, he's getting cancer. That is some rare blood disease that isn't carried through genetics. So, what do you do with this information? After I got done talking to him, and usually we talk about 20, 30 minutes, and this time we talked for almost 2 hours. And I caught him up all about my life and everything, and it was just a really heartwarming conversation, and it was probably the most powerful conversation I've ever had with somebody. And he was so calm and just so relaxed about the whole situation. He wasn't. You could tell there's a little bit of scaredness, a little bit of, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Unless you talk to somebody that knows that they're gonna die, you kind of there's like this weird tone after what they. It's just this weird thing that kind of I think tells him. I think he came to accept it, and knowing that somebody only has 10 years, I mean that's a decade. I mean, my daughter isn't even going to be a teenager by then. And the most important thing is for him to know his niece or his great niece. And she's little, so she's not really going to remember him, but I want him to remember her. And that's, he lives all the way up in Washington. I live in the Midwest, so he's all the way up at that corner, and I'm in the middle. So what do you do? What do you do when this happens? I look to God. I sure did. And I was trying to find Bible passages that deal with loss and all that. And nothing was really sticking. Nothing was really hitting me until I came across that line that life is difficult. And that it's not supposed to be easy. That we all think it's going to be, a bed of roses. That everything's supposed to just come naturally and easy. Because we see so many people have it easy. Think about it. You got guys like that big YouTuber Logan Paul, who just is hated by so many but beloved by so many, that you think, oh, it just comes easy for him because life just basically gave him the key, and now he's doing all this crazy stuff. And we look at other people, maybe athletes, celebrities, where we think, oh, it's got to be so easy for him. It's got to be so easy. Not realizing that maybe they're dealing with some stuff, maybe they got some internal stuff going on, or maybe the journey there wasn't just paved for them, and we always hear about those, self-made millionaires or all these people, and that's fine, and that's where we get that idea that life can be easy. It can be, but not without its hardships. And I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to be in the next 10 years. I'm hoping I still have an uncle. I hope and I pray that something good is going to come of this. There has to be, you have to look at the good in everything. That's what I've always been told. Look for the good in everything. Even when your life's in shambles, you got to look for the good in something. And I'm trying to find the good in the fact that my uncle is going to die. Somebody in my family, somebody that I've met, somebody I went fishing with is going to die. That he's not going to be there for me if I need him in 10 years. Not saying I will, not saying I am definitely going to need him, or I may not need him, but like I said, our relationship wasn't exactly close, so there wasn't a time where I thought, hey, I'm going to need him, but now, I talked to him on the phone, and that 2-hour conversation went by so quickly, and I realized maybe this is the time I can reconnect with him and realize that he can be there for me now. That it's cliche, but it's never too late. It's never too late to kind of reconnect with those that you do, and I think God works in that mysterious way where he reconnects people with things like cancer, with things like travesty, natural disasters, those types of things that we view as so terrible, but it usually brings people together, and you realize that humanity is so fragile that everything you love and hold dear can be gone in an instant. So I'm not really looking for the sympathy card here. I'm not really asking for people to be like, oh, I feel sorry for you, because I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I don't want you to feel sorry for anybody that goes through with it. Because things happen, and they happen for a reason. And I'm not going to know this reason until I talk to God myself. If but given the chance to ask him, I'm going to be like, what was the purpose of taking him? And some people will tell you, well, maybe heaven's a little, needs another angel or something like that. Now, my uncle's not a religious person, so I can't say for sure that he's going to heaven. My personal religious beliefs say he's not, because he hasn't accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior yet. There's still that time where he can, and I'm praying that he does. But then I looked to me, and I said, wow, you're taking this one way, and he's your uncle. Think about your mom. That's her brother. That's somebody that she grew up with, somebody that, they share the love of football with, and somebody that, she went down there to go see a game with him and everything. And or went up there, and how hard that is for her. And I was being a little selfish, being like, this is all about me. Why is this happening to me? Versus, wow, this is affecting the entire everybody he's ever touched, people at his practice, people that he hangs out with, his own family, his wife, his kids. That in 10 years he's not going to be there. And with his wife having the drinking problem, it kind of came to a head all at the same time that he found out he had cancer, and that's a lot to deal with. Dealing with somebody who is a true alcoholic, and then finding out, oh, I have cancer, and trying to balance those two things. It's hard. Life is difficult. I don't think a truer statement has been said that life is just difficult, and it's how you deal with it. And I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with it. Maybe this is how I'm dealing with it. Just trying to get it out there and just talk about it to somebody that isn't going to tell me, immediately, oh, it's going to be okay, or I'm sorry for you, or anything like that. Because you get that a lot with people. When you talk to somebody, when I talk to my wife about it, when I talk to other people about it, it's like, oh, they're first kind of get this, sunken face in, and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it's like, for me, I don't like hearing that. For some people, that's what they want to hear. That's how they cope. Me, I know there's nothing I can do about it. As heartless as that may sound, I know there's nothing I can do about it. I am powerless in this situation, and it sucks. If I could do anything to get it, to get it out of his system, to get that cancer gone, I would. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would just do it. But life doesn't always work out the way you want it to. So, I'm praying for everybody else who's watching this, that if you're going through an issue, maybe a family member of yours has cancer or has died from cancer, or died in any other type of way, whether it be natural causes, car accident, anything really, that, faith is a very powerful thing. And it can get you out of a lot of different situations that you don't think that you yourself can be, that it can be done by itself, that you yourself can't deal with. Faith is just kind of like that add-on to let you know, that shield, to let you know that, you can't do it all by yourself. I know I can't. Can't handle this by myself, that's for sure. As I said, people in my family have died from cancer before, but I never met them. I've just seen pictures maybe of them, heard stories about them, so it didn't really affect me that much. But hearing it from somebody that you've actually met, done an activity with, seen, talked to, it's different. It definitely is different. So, that's all I gotta say on that note. So hopefully this video found you well, and if you're going through some type of crisis in your life, know that some stranger out there is praying for you. Whether you believe in God, or you don't like religion or whatever, hey, you got to pray for those who can't pray for themselves sometimes. So, there it is.